Morning.
Irrelevant.
First, I will tell you the introduction. What is the integrity management system? The objective of pipeline integrity management system is to maintain the integrity of natural gas pipelines to ensure, first is the public safety, that is the foremost important, protect environment, transport gas without interruption, minimize business risk associated with accident and losses. What is pipeline integrity? First, we should understand what is the pipeline integrity. Pipeline integrity is the condition of pipeline and its components and the process to ensuring that they are safe and properly designed and operations throughout their lifespan. Lifespan means अगर pipeline की life 25 साल है तो 25 साल intact pipeline चलनी चाहिए without any interference. Why pipeline integrity is required? First is the safe operations, customer satisfaction. Suppose any pipeline is damaged and supply is disrupted, it means customer is not satisfied. Profit maximization, if pipeline integrity is perfect, then our pipeline will be through, then profit will be maximized, environment protection and good company reputation also. Key features on IMS. Petroleum Natural Gas Regulatory Board, they approved the integrity management system not in 2012, it was approved in 2013 and further it was amended in 2020. And IMS regulation cover all existing and new city gas distribution networks. The integrity management system. What is the integrity management system? The development and implementation of integrity management system for the natural gas pipeline is described between Schedule 1 to Schedule 10. In 2020, when amendment came, the Schedule 5 was omitted. Only 9 schedules are available in this PNGRB regulations now. The objective of IMS regulations, first is the evaluating the risk. First, we should evaluate the risk. What is the risk associated with city gas distribution networks and effectively allocating resources for prevention, detection and mitigation. Three most important things that the prevention, we have to do this and we have to detect where is the problem and how we have to mitigate that. Improving the safety of city gas distribution networks so as to protect the personal property and public and environment. Suppose any damage is there, any leak is there, it means we are playing with the human lives. Bringing more streamlined and effective operations to minimize the probability of CGD network failure. From the integrity, CGD network failure should be minimized, or we can say the zero tolerance, no network failure should be there. IMS regulation Schedule 1, what Schedule 1 says? An effective integrity management system ensure the quality of natural gas pipeline integrity, promoting systematic management of natural gas pipeline integrity and mitigating the risk, increasing the general confidence of the public in the operational of natural gas pipeline. Public should get more confidence. Suppose in Delhi we are supplying the gas and there is no interest in the gas supply. This public having the more confidence in IGL. Some of the customer is telling that IGL gas is coming last 10 years and not a single time gas supply has been stopped. Optimizing the life of natural gas pipeline. What Schedule 2 says, integrity management plan, every entity has to make the integrity management plan. What integrity management? This encompasses collection and validation of data, assessment of spectrum of risk of CGD network. Next is performance evaluation of IMP. This is a mechanism to monitor the effectiveness of integrity management plan and improvements. Communication plan. Communication plan should be perfect. This covers to regulate information data exchange within internal and external environment. External environment means suppose any pipelines are there, we have to install the warning signs. And all warning signs public should know. If suppose anything is happening, they can call our control room. That is the communication plan. In communication plan for external, we can inform in the social media also, we can give in the newspaper. And internal communication, we have to make the SOPs. And all the SOPs should be placed in the control rooms. Management of change. This is the process of to incorporate the system changes, technical, physical, procedure and organization change into integrity management. Whenever any change is there in the pipeline network and anything, it should be covered with the proper approval method. Quality control. This is the process to establish the requirement of quality in execution of the process for the integrity management plan. What Schedule 3 says, description of natural gas pipeline systems, ROU details, ROU bits and constraints. In CGD, there is no such ROU. We are laying the pipeline along the roads. Interface with other operators, facility of pipelines, if any. Historical background of the natural gas pipeline and major modification addition carried out in the system, if any. List of the consumers served by the pipeline. We should be have all the data wherever any pipeline. Suppose we are supplying gas to Archipuram sector 10, then we should know all the customer detail. When any pipeline there, we are throwing the SMS to the customers. Inspection update, incident reporting, statement of compliance with PNGRB, T4S regulation and IMS regulations, and statutory compliances. Schedule 4, selection of appropriate integrity management system. First is the risk management, whether the system can combine structural health and risk management to prioritize the inspection and mitigate risk. Corrosion management, whether the system can track, predict and manage corrosion. In CGD, corrosion management is topmost priority because in CGD, non-piggable lines are there, so there is no ILI inspection in CGD. Asset life cycle, whether the system can manage the asset throughout its life cycle, including design, operation and decommissioning. Regulation, whether the system takes health, safety and environmental regulation into the account. Schedule 5, it has been omitted in the 2020 amendment. Pipeline integrity assessment of pipeline. At present, following methods are available in industry for health assessment of steel pipeline network. By doing hydro testing, we can do the hydro testing, inline inspection using immersed ultrasonic inspection technique, non-intrusive method by MTM method, because in CGD, we have applied the MTM also, that is the I will explain in the next slides. Direct assessment by doing the ECDA and ICDA. Health assessment of pipeline by using the magnetic tomography method. Magnetic tomography method works on the magnetic stress technology, is a non-intrusive solution for health assessment and defect identification of old steel pipelines network. Magnetic tomography method is a non-contact external inspection method for detecting metal magnetic memory signals. This technology is based on magnetic stress principle and is able to detect all types of defects, whether internal or external. The detectable defects are as follows: cracks, thickness reduction, and etc. This is the method, this is the graph, how its magnetic stress technology is working. This movement of operator with a magnetometer escape, it is this operator is going above ground, and then magnetic stress or magnetic field is being created, and this magnetic field or they find out the defects, cracks, thickness reduction, dent, etc. And it works up to the approximately 10 to 15 meter. Method of coating integrity. First is the CIPL survey, close interval potential logging. CIPL survey is carried out in the entire length of the pipeline by computerized potential logging method to identify suspect holiday spots on the pipeline coating of buried pipeline. CAT survey, current attenuation test. CAT survey is method to locate faults, poor coating that is draining the current. DCVG survey. DCVG survey is carried out by verification of the coating defects identified during close interval potential logging survey and current attenuation test. Direct assessment and evaluation. Direct assessment evaluation is method to evaluate the pipeline integrity. DA assesses the risk of 3 types of threat of the pipeline integrity. One is the external corrosion. The impact of external corrosion of the pipeline is integrity. Internal corrosion, the risk of internal corrosion of the pipeline integrity. For CGD company like IGL, we are getting the dry gas. Here internal corrosion chances are very less. Stress corrosion cracking, the presence of stress corrosion cracking in the pipeline. This is the integrity management plan, schedule 6. Integrity management plan. What integrity management plan says? Internal data gathering, review and integration, threat identification, consequences and impact analysis, risk assessment. We have to do the risk assessment, integrity assessment, mitigation and response, update, review and integrate. Performance plans, communication plan, I have already explained. Management of change, I have explained. Quality control plan, in quality control plan, identify the maintaining the documents required, defining roles and responsibilities. Every control room in charge, every person should have the roles and responsibilities. Review of integrity management plan as per frequency decided by the PNGRB. Training and awareness, periodic internal audit. Documentation of corrective action taken or required to be taken to improve the integrity, because that is very much required. And sometimes we are changing at the site, and if it is not the proper documented, then for the next producer, they are not knowing what was the changes, and it may impact for the integrity of the pipeline. This is the flow diagram. I will not explain. Mr. Gupta has already explained this flow diagram. Pipeline integrity management plan. Pipeline integrity management, first is the proper planning, that is very much required. Sound design. Design should be perfect. Right material selection, good construction practice. Integrity management plan, identify potential pipeline threats, gathering, reviewing and integrating data, carrying out risk assessment and carrying out integrity assessment, monitoring and maintenance to ensure pipeline integrity. These are the pipeline threats: time dependent, stable, time independent. Time dependent is external corrosion, internal corrosion, stress corrosion cracking. And external corrosion comes in the defect pipe, seam, defective pipe, and stable manufacturing related defects, welding, fabrication related equipments. Time dependent, third party mechanical damage. There is very risk in the CGD business, because there is no such ROU in the CGD. Near 1 or 2 meter depth, all the utilities are there, and sometimes they are not asking also where is the pipeline, or they are damaging the pipeline. And IGL system is running at the 49 bar, but we are operating 26 bar. But 26 bar is very high pressure. Incorrect operational procedure, weather related and outside forces. Time dependent threats, these are some pictorial views are there. Stable threats, axial group, abnormal girth weld, circumferential group. Time dependent threats, mechanical damage. Mechanical damage, some of the times the backhoe and JCB, they are running and they are reducing the pipeline thickness. Management of change. All natural gas pipeline operators should define a management of change plan in integrity management plan program. At least address the following: reason of changes, why we are changing all these things. Suppose any cover is there, in pipeline cover is there, then we have to do the concreting and plastic grating, all these things to reduce the risk. Authority to approve the changes. Analysis of implication, threat and risk analysis. Documentation, communication of changes to affected parties. Integrity threat identification. First step in managing integrity is identifying potential threats to pipeline integrity. Second is condition likely to increase the risk of pipeline failures are referred as threat. Each root cause represents threat to pipeline integrity. Threats are identified by operator or segment basis. What Schedule 7 says? The schedule describes the consequences of not meeting the implementation requirement. One is the compliance. Entity must comply with the regulation and implementation schedule. Consequences, what consequences will happen if you will not do the compliance? If any entity fail to meet the requirement, they may face the penalties. PNGRB may issue some notice and put some penalty to this. Mitigation plan, if entity fail to meet the requirement and they must submit a mitigation plan to the PNGRB, the entity must also take good and shortcoming within the time agreed by the PNGRB. Entities are submitting the mitigation plan, and we have to inform to the PNG after mitigating the gaps. Schedule 8, a schedule for the implementation of the IMS, a description of the tools to be used for integrity assessment, monitoring and surveillance, a chart that shows the most suitable tools to use for each threat or risk assessment, a chart that shows the internal of each threat or risk assessment, a description of how to develop a specification and quality control plan for the assessment. What Schedule 9 says, review of integrity management system. Periodicity of review of integrity management system As per PNG, every 3 years, every 3 year, every CGD entity have to impanel the PNGRB approved agency, that is, and they will come to the CGD entities and they will check and they will approve it. Parallelly, they will send to the one copy to the PNGRB, and one time it should be approved by the board of the CGD entity. After approval of the board, then we will submit to the PNGRB on the revised baseline data, critical inputs from various departments. Review of the integrity management system. Review of internal and external audit. There shall be a system for ensure compliance of the provision of these regulations conducting following audits during operation phase. Internal audit as per the checklist of natural gas pipeline provided by the PNGRB shall be carried out by the management operator every year. We have to do every year and we have to submit to our management. An external audit, as I have explained, by third party approved by the board as per methodology, specified by the petroleum natural every 3 years. For every GA, every CGD entity has to submit to the PNGRB. This is the Schedule 10, adequacy of manpower positioned in different stages of project. Entity ensure to have adequate manpower for different stages for the project. First is design, that is foremost important. And during construction also, we should see thoroughly and we should have the PMC, third-party inspection agencies to maintain the quality of the construction, commissioning, operation and maintenance. These are the future challenges, aging of pipelines, because IGL have completed 26 years or 26 years and pipeline life is 25 years. Now we have to see the aging of the pipeline and we have to make thrust of the integrity of the pipeline. Social awareness of pipeline, urbanization, nearby pipelines, challenges in pipelines, third-party damage, I have already explained, encroachment, absence of nodal agency, land acquisitions. Thank you. I want to say thank you, Mr. Arun Kumar Verma. He is my colleague. He is steel pipeline in charge. He has made this presentation.